Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Oregairu, or the teen romantic comedy that never really happened. It is season 2, episode 1. So we are in a new season and you know what to do as always. If you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses dot parts with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now let's see. There was, it's a strange thing. Normally, between one season and the other, you feel like there should be a huge cliffhanger or something strange. You know, you have like an arc that has finished, a story arc, and you get a new story arc. But to me, it does not really feel like we had a real story arc that finished. Which in my opinion is good, because I feel more like the writers, those that made this series, showed the characters to us, how they behave, what do they think, and why, how do they interact. And this whole first season, it was mainly about fleshing out those characters, about showing them, and not only the main cast, like those top 3 in the picture here, but additional characters that in the beginning or in many other series are just, you know, like there and very standardized. So not really deep in what they feel and how they act. While in this series, the secondary characters, many of them have already deeper meanings, deeper ideas, have their very own concepts and ideas, and I really like that. So thus, the first season felt more, not really like a real story arc, but like a, hey, welcome to the world, here, learn who those characters are. And now we're in season 2, still going in this strange vibe of Hikki kind of liking many persons. Interestingly, many persons liking him, which is, while he says he's a loner, there are some people who really like him, and you can see it in this episode again. Especially in this episode, we have 3 characters who, in my opinion, very clearly show that there is some kind of deeper connection and possibility there. So, one of them for sure is Totsuka, Psycho. He's just cute. You can't deny it, and Hikki is very, very often thinking about having a bath with him, sleeping next to him, stuff like that. That is very, showing in the direction of he's very, well, I wouldn't say that Hikki's unsure about how to treat him. It is more like that he really feels like he should protect him and should kind of love him. So I'm not sure how much of that is completely deep and real felt, and how much of it is kind of playing here with us. But I would say if he really feels like that, why not go for it, right? Then we do have Yui and we have Yuki, both of them showing, in my opinion, signs of affection towards him. Sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. It's this old game of hide and seek that they're doing. Especially for Yui, it's a little bit surprising to me. Yugahama had this episode in the first season where it really felt like she wanted to tell Hikki that she feels more for him. So seeing that this was in this episode, she feels more like she tries to, on the one hand, she is still acting very close to him and sometimes not thinking about it. Just the scene with the water, whatever it is called, that she hands over there, and bowing to him in the Shinkansen and stuff like that. But on the other hand, she clearly, when he points it out, distances herself from it and says like, no, I did not want to do that. So, mixed messages here. Or more, that's not correct. More like there's a friendship and a closeness, but it feels like she has moved away a little bit from the idea of an option of a relationship. And we have, as I said, Yuki. And that's interesting. So in the end of this episode, this walking next to each other or close, in the meaning of following one the other, was a bit weird. You know, it's a thing if you bring someone to his doorsteps, it is a sign of some kind of affection. It doesn't have to be love or anything like that, but it at least means that you want this other person to be safe and you want the other person to feel well and well protected in this case. So it is very often seen as kind of, you know, a man and a girl, he's protecting her, very old cliches. And it seems like Yuki feels that as well, especially after Hikki took over. She was the one leading, she was the one in front, and then he just crossed by and said, "We have to move right here," and he took the lead. So, and she followed him, but he never like came close to her or walked next to her or even went anything further. He just, you know, ran in front. So it's a weird thing. So from her perspective, it feels like she was kind of waiting there for a move from his side, for like a sign that there is an interest, and he was more like, "What the heck? No." So this hide and seek game all those characters play is strange. In many ways, it always feels like Hikki is not really deeply interested, or at least he's not opening himself up to this idea, while the girls very often seem to think about it. I'm not sure. It's a weird thing, but I guess that's what this show's about. So that's that, and I think it's a major thing in this episode. Apart from that, we have the field trip and we have the behavior towards Hikki now. So it was pretty clear that after what happened in the end of the last season, him taking the blame, him being the bad guy in front, he would get like the cold shoulder from everyone. He would be the I don't know if it is in English as well, the boo man. So the one that is booed. So kind of a position he had before, but worse. And they started off this episode even by him saying that he created a world where nobody gets hurt. And I instantly drew on my paper, except for him. Because that's it, you know, he is the one, he's inflicting himself pain. We had it last episode, the teacher said that as well. So there were some kind of nasty jokes made on his name, wrong spelled name, especially by Tobe, which is interesting because he came along later on to ask the three of our friends here for help in convincing Ebina to go out with him. So I like this scene because they set it up pretty clearly. They set it up by having Tobe being the main one who was kind of mean towards Hikki, and then they showed nicely how defensive the girls are about him. Being at least Yuki is aware of what he really did. She's clever enough, and Yui simply likes him, and she sees them as friends, so she's defending her friends for sure. Both girls protected him there and clearly stated, "Hey, you can always leave the room, you know? If you want to talk bad about our friends, just leave." That's a clear and nice statement. I like that. So Tobeto and Gavin had to open up what it is about. I am not completely sure why he needs help there, because in my opinion he's doing pretty well from what I've seen. It's just the fact that Ebina is not so open to the option right now. When she thinks about boys, she thinks about boys with boys. You know, it's her fantasy. That's what she likes. So that's a bit of a stopper there. But I think there might be an option once she realizes that this option exists. Once she realizes that Tobe really means it. And we had the flashback into the time in the summer camp, I think it was. And there he said that he respects her. He respects how she is. That is what he likes, you know? In my opinion, this would have been kind of the best way to bring it to her. To just openly say, "Hey, you know what? I really respect you. I really like you. I like how you handle stuff, how you do stuff. I'm impressed by that, and I like the person that you are. But then we are talking about teens, so it is never as easy. Um, that's that. They were searching for positive words for him. That was a mean one. Always remember the fact that he's in the room. So they were like, okay, what do we have to say positive about this person? And then there's just silence. That is so mean. I liked it, but it is mean, and you all know it. And they were like, yeah, he's very vulgar, very open, very loud mouthed. And then in the end, they changed that kind of. Yuki did to lively or lively, I'm not sure. Which is if you ever had a work and you got you left your job and you got a new one or not, don't know. You get a paper normally from your last boss, and in this paper there are words written down. There's sentences like how you did at work, and there are some sentences which are kind of clear messages to the next boss. So stuff like, he's a very lively person, is like, yeah, he's always loud, he's always stressing, he's always disturbing everyone working. So lively, I don't know, it's not the best option here. Or he always did the share that we wanted him to do. Something like that. I'm not sorry, English is not my native language, so I'm not so good in phrasing those. But saying something like that, it means like, yeah, he did what he had to do, but he never did anything more. You know, he never did overwork or anything like that, or offered to do more. He just is like, yeah, that's what I'm paid for, I do that, nothing more. So you can make sentences that sound great, or words here, lively, I don't know. And they are just destructive. That was one thing, I liked it. And the Ebina thinks you are nice is kind of the same, you know? Nice is a little brother of shit, if you know what I mean. And then she just came in later on, that was surprising, and kind of asked Hikki to date all the other guys. Kind of. I mean, it was more like make up with them in the meaning of let's get back on the same page, back on track. It feels weird in the classroom, which I can understand. It's kind of cold now. But while you're at it, why don't make out with them? Sure. Then we were in the Shinkansen. So that was a bit surprising. So Totsuka, sorry, Psycho, while sleeping, was dreaming of Hikki. Or at least Hachiman, which, I mean, is him. Might be his sister. Just the option, I don't know. But that was a weird moment. Because it's, you know, when you're sleeping and dreaming and talking, it's not that you can change it. You just say out what you do dream about. And that combined with the fact that Hikki, all over the episode, mentioned multiple times that he would like to spend time with him. In his mind, you know, only in his mind. It is like, are they going there? I mean, it feels like a bit. It's more like a mind palace thing, just playing with the idea, but not really doing it. But why not? I mean, why not? Just go for it. And while you're at it, I don't know. Once you feel comfortable with that, invite Ebina. She will be happy about it. You know, it's both boys. Over the water. Oh yeah. We had for Yuki. I did not really realize completely in the beginning that it was her when they were in the lounge of the hotel there. I think it was before they had the walk and the short date with the teacher. So she was standing in front of a panda again. So what is this with those pandas? It's a Panza the panda, I think it was here. And I remember that her book or her backpack, I'm not sure, had a panda on it as well. So in season 1. So there is a deeper liking from her side for those fluffy animals, whatsoever. And he realized it. And when she realized that he was watching her, she stopped it and walked over to him. So I see the option that whenever he would do that, he will buy one of those and gift it to her. Which is possible he's doing because he's like, I'm a friend and I have no deeper meanings in that except for make you happy as a friend. Or I want to apologize for something. And it will be completely like, holy heck, that's a love gift. Just seeing the option there, maybe it's not happening. And we then had the teacher going out with them to eat something. I think mainly because she doesn't want to be alone, I guess. And kind of giving them a green light for whatever they want to do. Like, make some mistakes. What do you want there? I think she kind of tries to couple them. Or she's at least aware of the option of the possibility, and how shouldn't she? I mean, they are working together since a while, and they're quite good at it. Although they both try to act as though they do not really get along with each other, they really do. I mean, they always find interesting solutions for problems, and so why not? Why not? It was a strange walk to the other hotel. She did not invite him in, at least, but if that would have happened, it would be like a real date. Sorry, but that's just like, come up for a coffee, right? Sure. So I'm interested to see where we're going from here, because they are laying some vibes for the relationships and for the characters. And let's see where this is going with Tobe and Ebina as well. If there will be any chance in hell that this is going to happen. I don't know. I've seen stranger stuff. So, that's it from me this time. As always, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye, and out.